Okay, we're back.
Okay, so now we're horizontally and vertically. So let's see if Rich
he has
can
to be watching first.
Yeah,
So.
Rich can do it now.
I know you guys are all gonna pile back on because you can't wait.
Okay.
There's Brandy.
Okay, now.
Oh, so this is like so much easier to have people.
Yeah, we're seen it this way before. Rich, where are you?
Tanya, Shane, Brandy, thank you all for coming back.
So again, if you missed it, March 24th, we're going to Ashmore Estates. I'm sure we'll be Facebook Live. And April 13th is our launch party at Water in the Park for our beer. We named it Hello from the Other Side. So come out and support that. And we'll also be presenting our findings there as well.
Friday the 13th. So the time is yet to be determined, but once it is, there'll be an event, and we'll be sure to share it for everyone so you can all come.
Yeah, we'll probably make a cool banner on it and post it on our DPX page. Where is it? Just wait on Rich here.
Hi, Kathleen. Kathleen's going to be my Ashmore buddy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't come to Ashmore.
Hey, Shane.
Okay.
Hi, Margie.
Margie's.
Hi, Jen.
Jen, where's Rich? Yeah, Ashmore is pretty cool. I'm really sad that I'm missing it.
I've never been, so I'm stuck with the guys too. So I'll be with Jeff, Todd, and Matt from DPX. And all of our friends that are coming along with us. It'll be really exciting and fun.
Come on. I know. Come on, Rich. Where are you? Hey, Shane.
Hey, Shane. Hi, Todd.
Come on, Rich. Where are you? Where's he at?
Thanks, Jen.
Just waiting for Rich to join our feed so we can bring him on live.
Hey, Todd, is there anything else that our viewers need to know about other than Ashmore and our beer release?
Yeah.
Jen, do you want on?
It didn't give us a... Make sure to wear a mask. It's very good.
Oh, thanks for that. Thanks, David, for that info. Be sure to wear a mask there. I'm sorry about your friend. Jen, do you want to pop on? Oh, there's Rich.
Okay.
Charlie's here now, Brandy.
Okay, Rich, we're at...
Oh, yeah, May 5th, guys. Center Stage Events presents the 6th Precinct with John Tenney.
I hear him.
DPX.
Here he is.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Sorry about all that.
No, it happens. It's live feed.
Right. That's what happens when you're doing live stuff. So thanks for being on with us tonight.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
First of all, we just want to say thank you so much for having Todd and Jeff host with you back at Old South Pittsburgh. You know, we really appreciate you just thinking of us to host with you such a great event. And I know that Todd and Jeff had a great time, as well as Tanya and Todd that were there. And I heard that this was your first really Wayward Souls event. How did that go for you?
It went very well, actually. When Jen and I thought of going to Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, it was kind of her way of going back to where she was told she would never go back to by someone that will remain nameless, but also our way of starting it off on the right foot and going to one of the top 10 most haunted locations in the United States. So we figured, let's invite everyone, let's make an event out of it. It turned out to be a sellout for us, and it was great having Todd and Jeff there. We had a lot of fun, and we set the tone. We immediately, during the orientation, said, leave your egos at the door. There's no such thing as paracelebs here. We're all, on equal footing right now. And as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much how it went. So, needless to say, we wouldn't have had it any other way. Todd and Jeff are great. The rest of the guest investigators did a great job. Everyone came together. We were able to raise $200 for Bishop James Long's homeless ministry and battered women's ministry. So that actually went very well. So we were very happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah, and shout out to PO3, James Anito. I'm saying the people that I know were there, so sorry, I'm not trying to leave anyone out. Hashtag Team Sexy for the win, James says.
So we had James Anito on last week, and he's telling that you are with the whole demonology with Bishop Long.
Right.
And he was telling us about some of the experiences he had at Old South. Did you have any experiences of your own?
Actually, yes, we did. There are different types of inhuman spirits. I wouldn't necessarily say that what I experienced with, let's see, it was Jay and Teresa Lynch were involved. James was there. We had one of the twins, I forget his name, sorry, I apologize. We ended up calling the twins, which were part of the staff, the Paranormal Twinkies. So we had one of the Twinkies with us. And we also dragged in Kevin Betzer as well. It was a very fascinating experience. I ended up having to call upon warrior angels to protect us because everyone in that room was feeling something very evil and nasty. So needless to say, it was an experience that we'll never forget. It was mirror to mirror, and we were actually able to make contact. It was hitting the K2 meter. The flashlight would go bright, and we weren't doing the flashlight experiment, like when you loosen it up a little bit, it would go bright and then dim down, and that's how you knew that there was something in there with us. And
so it was intelligently responding?
It was, and Jay Lynch kept having a lot of technical difficulties with his EVPs. It's the live EVP recorder that he was using, and he was getting a lot of feedback, which is very rare. He said that never happened to him before.
So for people that haven't been there, I haven't been there myself.
I haven't either.
What's the history of the place, and do you think that the history is the reason that there's paranormal activity today?
Well, when it comes to the history, there's a lot of Native American history there. From what I understand, there's also a lot of tragedy that happened there during the war before the hospital was even built. And the hospital was built on limestone, and beneath the limestone is a running body of water. So that creates a conduit. So imagine that you're going to have a natural form of, I guess you could say, subway station of any and all kinds of spirits coming through. So needless to say, we also can't account for what other teams have actually done while they've been there. That tends to be something that is left behind. So it's something we end up having to deal with as well. So that may have had something to do with it as well.
I know you had some mediums and sensitives there with you too. I would think that would be like the perfect place that a portal would almost naturally form.
Well, we had Teresa Lynch, who's a natural medium. We had, of course, the girls from PO3. Brandy, unfortunately, couldn't stay with us during that investigation I was informing you of because she got attacked. And I asked Teresa to take her out of the
Yeah.
location and get grounded. Um, and Teresa was very, very helpful. Thank God she was there. And her and I kind of joined forces in trying to push back against whatever was there. So, needless to say, there's a lot of activity going on, and it does help when you have a medium available.
Right. Wow, Brandy, why you gotta go get all attacked like that? Just kidding.
Yeah, Brandy, what'd you do? Just kidding.
Well, she didn't
So,
do anything. All she had to be
no,
is, being that she's a psychic medium, she's a natural conduit for
yeah,
anything. She's like a
It's a
beacon.
magnet.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So they were attracted to her, and I think this was Brandy's first time ever dealing with an inhuman, or inhumans, I should say. She said there was more than just one. So I think that's what happened in that situation. So it kind of caught her off guard. And ironically, a good half hour before the investigation all started, she had asked me to give her some form of protection, which I did. And I think that's pretty much what helped her out because
Yeah.
she'd be a mess today.
Wow.
I feel like, and I wasn't there, but I wonder, knowing that it's Native American land or was in the past, if there was like an elemental force in some way.
It's very possible. And in fact, that was one of the ongoing theories that we had, that it could very well be elemental, like a nature spirit of sorts. But
Yeah,
we cannot dismiss the possibility that that place has had a lot of people go in and out of there over the years.
right.
And I know for having spoken to staff and having spoken to Stacy Hayes, that location, there have been people that have done dark rituals and conjurings. So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
kind of left with what they leave behind, and that's pretty much, unfortunately, the last night what we had to deal with. But you know what the lovely thing about it all is that everyone came together, everyone helped each other, and it created quite the buzz. Um, Even staff that was there, all the people that were there, they uh, they've been including into their background pick on their personal pages the group shot. I think there's the last count was 15 people that have done this because everyone felt like they were amongst family. So it's like everybody had everybody's back. So that's what we were really going for.
Yeah, Rich, the feedback that I've
Yeah.
got, talked to Tanya from DPX a lot, Jeff and Todd, and just seeing everyone that was there posting on Facebook. I mean, you definitely got that feel just from looking at pictures and posts. So that's really good that everyone came together. Like you said, Teresa was there to help Brandy, and everyone was, had the same um, goal, but looked out for each other as well, I guess I'm trying to say.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we were aiming for. And I think in the end, everybody felt at home. We all had a lot of fun. We were actually celebrating two birthdays, Brandy's birthday as well as Kevin Betzer's birthday. And it was also Jen and mine's first year anniversary. So we had two cakes, and everyone had a chance to eat cake at the same time. We served dinner both nights, Friday and Saturday. And I think that's what brought people together because they felt like not only were they having dinner and they were able to communicate and talk amongst themselves and get to know each other, but they knew that they were giving towards a good cause. So, and that's another thing I want to address. I spoke to Bishop Long yesterday, actually, and he informed me that the $200 that we were able to raise actually helped the young lady that was battered and literally had no place to go. She was, when she received the $200, she had already been informed that that was going to be the last night that she was going to be able to stay at that hotel with her son. And as a result,
Oh,
that
wow.
check went and for more nights and food for her and her son. And on the second day, she was informed that Section 8 was coming in to help her. So it all went to a great cause.
That's so
Wow.
wonderful. So bravo to you and Jen and Wayward Souls and everyone else that was a part of it. So
Yeah, we
let's
give all
get
the
into
credit.
Wayward Souls a little more. Well, you guys
This
get
is
a
where
lot
I'm
of
going to get in
credit too. You
trouble.
put an amazing event. Everyone's still like talking about it like it was just yesterday. I'm very jealous that I wasn't able to go this time.
Yeah.
So next Wayward Souls event, I'm there no matter what. So
I'm hoping
how
we get to
did
see
Wayward
you.
Souls start? I know you and Ben. Huh?
Wayward Souls actually got started in February of 2017, and it was really Jen's brainchild. Initially, she was going to call it Paranormal Promotions, but when I came along and I told her, there's so many, um, paranormal this, paranormal show, paranormal everything. I told her, let's just break away from that. So I told her, let's call it Wayward Souls Promotions. That way it encompasses anything and everything that has to do with the paranormal, horror, authors,
Spirit.
anything and everything. So needless to say, it really worked out. So that's when it really started, was February of 2017. And we set this event that just passed May of 2017, and it finally took place February 23rd and 24th.
Well, congratulations on that. That's very exciting. I'm sure you guys have some more things in the works that we could talk about later.
Well, we do have another one coming up on November 2nd and 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. The contract, we're waiting on the contract. It should be coming in next week, Monday or Tuesday. And what I like about this place, and I'm not going to go too much into it because I can't. We still haven't even signed on the dotted line yet, but we have already been assured that we have the 2 dates. We just have to finalize a few things with numbers and whatnot. It's going to be in a haunted manor, like haunted mansion, not Walt Disney style, the real deal. And it will be shared accommodations, meaning each room will have 3 to 4 beds. We will be. This is also going to be included in the ticket price as well. We're going to be offering a dinner for both nights, and also we're going to be offering campfire ghost stories, because the grounds are big enough that there's a campfire pit there, and we'll be able to actually have campfire ghost stories of what everyone has experienced. And separate from the ticket price, we have a Bigfoot specialist that's going to be coming in and actually taking people on tours, because this location is known for Bigfoot sightings. So
That's
we're trying to
really cool.
encompass everything. It's going to be a 2-day event, but it will be limited tickets.
So you can't say what the location is.
No.
Just a manor.
Do you know what state's it in?
Oh yeah, of course I know the state. I'll mention the state, Maryland.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, you guys watch. Keep an eye out for when Jen and Rich finally are able to share the details with everyone on that. So I'll be sure to follow because I have to go. I'm jealous still, like I said. So
Maryland is a hike.
You're more than welcome.
yeah, I'm not driving to Maryland. I'll be flying, but I'll be there.
Well, for me, it's going to be a good 17-hour drive from Miami.
Oh yeah, that's quite a trip. Jeff wants to know how many tickets you think will be available.
That's a good question. I think the last time we checked, we may have 21 or 23 tickets. We're not sure, because Jen and I are opting to give up our beds to other people, and we're going to be staying in the living room. in a blow-up
Oh,
mattress.
wow.
So we're trying to capitalize on the amount of beds there. So we're freeing up our beds so that people have an opportunity to actually stay there comfortably. There'll be 3 bathrooms. It's 4 stories. Uh, Attic, which I believe my buddy Bob is going to be sleeping in. He's a brave man, because that's one of the locations where the activity takes place. Second, first floor, and a basement as well.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'll stay tuned for that for more details.
Tina said she'll sleep in the attic.
And Shane says if the Twinkies aren't there, then it's not a party.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think people are actually gonna enjoy themselves.
Very cool. So, Rich, what got you into paranormal? Where did this start?
This all started with me when I was 15 years old, back in 1985. I had I thought it was a dream, but it wasn't a dream. Up, uh, was Down syndrome. And I felt it was weird because I was getting up from her bed and I'm thinking, why am I in her bed? Why am I dreaming that I'm in her bed? But I noticed I was shorter and I was looking through her eyes. I ended up walking towards her door and then blackout and a sensation of falling. When I woke up, I couldn't move. I was in a sleep paralysis state. Meanwhile, I have my mother pounding on the door. Mind you, I'm 15 years old. You lock your
Right.
door. It is what it is.
Right.
And you're telling me, Rich, you got to get up. Your aunt's had 13 epileptic seizures. We got to go. We got to go. I couldn't get up. I couldn't move. I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't do anything. So after about 5 minutes of struggling, I was able to finally move. I got my clothes on. I ran 5 blocks to my grandparents' house. I actually passed the ambulance on the way there. When I got there, I found my aunt exactly where I left her in the dream, or the dream I thought I was having. But it was actually an out-of-body experience.
That's probably, honestly, one of the, I don't know what word I can use to describe it, most intense stories that I've heard so far talking to people in the paranormal field.
Well,
I mean,
considering it happened,
I mean,
considering it happened to me, and I came from a very conservative Christian family, no one in my family could answer my question as to what the hell just happened to me. So I pretty much had to sneak off to the library after school and start going through the section where they had paranormal books, ESP, and all that stuff just to find out. And that's where I actually found out that what I had experienced was an out-of-body experience. And that's pretty much what catapulted me into the paranormal field.
yeah, so you're 15 then, you start your research from there.
Yeah.
I know you've had a team in place for a very long time. I've actually heard really great things about you and your team.
Thank you.
How long have you guys been together?
My team has been together since 2005, April of 2005.
Wow, 13
And
years.
yeah, and we first started off as National Paranormal Society, but out of respect to one of the founders who chose to leave the team, and we still to this day own the name National Paranormal Society, she asked that we not use the name, so we went ahead and came up with another name, Paranormal Consulting Agency. So we've been Paranormal Consulting Agency since late 2009, I guess. And our team has been together ever since. We've only lost one member in all that time we've been together.
What do you attribute that to? Because, you hear a lot, and we just talked about this with Eric Knapp or I talked about this with Eric Knapp the other day. He's kind of in a similar situation. He hasn't lost a team member since the beginning, only gained members. And, you hear a lot about people leaving the paranormal or drama and egos. How do you set yourself apart from all that? What do you think the key is?
I think the key, honestly, is we've established, what we've established is putting our egos aside. We mainly, I'd say 99.5% of the time, handle residential cases. So we set the tone by saying, look, we're going to put this to a democratic vote. I don't care if I think it's not paranormal. Everyone votes on the evidence. It is what it is. We go with it, and we do what's best for the clients. And my team that made themselves available. We have a Reiki master. We have a psychiatrist that's available as well. We also have a clergyman that's on our team. He actually has a church, but he always asks that his name not be mentioned because his church could actually expel him from being a minister in his church. But he believes in the paranormal. So we have everything encompassed, and we all work very well together. So I guess it comes down to chemistry, and we've been lucky to just always keep our egos in check, which is pretty much what we did with Wayward Souls. That's why everyone felt at home.
That's wonderful. So what do you guys investigate? Are you going to doing residential cases? Are you exploring other spaces, historical buildings?
Like I said, it's mostly residentials. Old South Pittsburgh Hospital was the first, well, it was the first commercial location that I had done in almost a year. We predominantly handle residential cases. Our passion is to help people. Our team is known for being called in by other paranormal teams that may not understand what's going on. They may think there may be something demonic going on, and they know I'm a demonologist. I'm one of only 3 demonologists recognized by the United States Old Catholic Church. So they call me in and my team just to make sure. And it's usually 9 times out of 10, it's not demonic. It's just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, I think the word demon is thrown around a lot on TV. I think a lot of people sometimes just don't know. I mean, I'm not talking in the paranormal. Well, I'm talking paranormal TV, some, and just in general for people that they may be skeptic, they may be religious, they may not be, or just things they hear, they just throw that word around instead of it actually meaning what it truly.
Yeah, they just assume they have a demon in their place.
I don't think they understand that spirits can be highly intelligent and very powerful and still be negative without being demonic.
The one thing that Bishop Long taught me during the time that he was mentoring me to be a demonologist is that people need to learn to separate theology from paranormal. They're one is one thing, the other is another. One has nothing to do with the other. Demonic cases are very rare when they do happen. It's like the chances of you coming across something demonic are as good as you winning the lottery 4 times in 1 month. So you're relatively safe.